Sorry, the congresswoman who was on TV said Soros-backed DA. It is inaccurate, and it has put lives in danger. People should just be honest
Everything
about
puts lives in danger, but then when people die, it's like it's not a big deal, right? We get a mass shooting in a school, and whose lives are in danger? Trans, according to the White House. I'm just saying, if you want to go in that direction, we can all do that.
I want to ask you, though, about, because you mentioned James Comey and some things that went on under his watch.
Just see what he said?
He tweeted, and I think we have the tweet, "It's been a good day, Greg."
Well, you know, I would like to speak about just like the people who are giddy in the media, especially in New York. I have a feeling they've probably never been mugged, because we're witnessing a pretty big trade. We have a DA that chose not to prosecute criminals and devote almost all of his time chasing the great white whale, or the great orange whale that is Trump. So there was a trade there. And why is that important? It's because you're seeing a major reframing in the way actually, the way I look at this world. I don't see things left or right anymore. I see things as inside and outside.
Oh, yeah.
You know, there were two people that were targeted this week. You couldn't get more opposite between Matt Taibbi and Donald Trump. One, a renegade progressive journalist. Another, a renegade Republican president. What do they have in common? They're both on the outside. So this isn't about the left going after the right. It's about the elites going after the outsiders. And if you look at all of the things that we talk about on the show and the things that piss you off, do you know why nothing gets done? Because you're the outsider, right? If you're concerned about the border, if you're concerned about crime, if you're concerned about inflation, and if you happen to like Trump, you're an outsider. Inside elites have no concerns about anything. They don't live in the border states, right? They don't have to worry about crime. They don't have to worry about guns because they got private security. As for Trump, they hate him. They don't care if he was feared by foreign powers. They don't care if he had a good economy. They just don't like him. They kept that. This guy's getting prosecuted because of tweets, because they mentally deranged him. This is the first prosecution based on Trump derangement syndrome. We know that. We know this is political. Don't pretend that this is over an unindicted co-conspirator. That's garbage. Lastly, we have to go back and think about what we miss whenever we see a political witch hunt. There are three things that I remember in my lifetime. One, we can go back to COVID. The first 2 months of COVID, we were doing a Trump impeachment. We lost 2 months. I remember it was on every channel while this weird thing got out of the Pandora's box in China, but we were getting our teeth sunk in Trump theater. Then you go back even further, 9/11. What happened before 9/11? Another political witch hunt. This time it was about a blue dress, right? We didn't see Al-Qaeda coming because we're too busy worrying about the president coming. That's a witch hunt. There are three witch hunts right now. There's 9/11, there's COVID. What did we talk about today? What was the big story? All of these techno nerds, right, from Silicon Valley saying the biggest threat in the world, is AI without proper control. Mm-hmm. That hasn't changed. But it's out of the news. That got pushed out of the news because of this. Because we can't get enough of Trump. That's on the media. So, thank you.
This is a family show.
Oh, I'm sorry. What did I do?
You did a great
It's a family show.
Fantastic.
Sorry.
The kids
Not
are
anymore.
watching.
Fox News host Greg Gutfeld, in my estimation, is one of the smartest men on television. Folks, he continued to nail it right there. This is not a crime about, or a prosecution about a specific crime. This is a get Trump prosecution. And everybody who's even remotely reasonable, if you put them to a lie detector test, they know it. Democrat and Republican, everybody knows this. Hey, let's try saying Russian collusion. Hey, let's try saying he pressured Ukraine. Hey, let's try saying he paid off a porn star and it was a campaign finance contribution. Hey, let's try saying he caused January 6th. Hey, let's try saying he tried to overturn the election in Georgia. All kinds of things. But it's if you hit somebody with 10 million prosecutions, one's going to stick kind of theory going on here. And it reminds me of what they did to Al Capone. It reminds me of what they did to John Gotti. I'm not saying that those men were innocent people who shouldn't have been put in prison for various crimes, but the point was the government was relentless. They would have got them on a jaywalking charge if they could have, and that's not how it's supposed to work. You don't pick a target and then prosecute them. We got away from England for that kind of stuff. That's not the stuff that happens in America, or it's not supposed to. But we're continuing to see it happen. It happens all the time. It's happened to Democrat politicians, as Gutfeld pointed out, with the impeachment into Bill Clinton over a sex scandal, which was, in hindsight, ridiculous. So You know, again, you're looking at, we all know what this is, folks. It's political prosecution, and it's shameful. Folks, I'm Carmine Sabia. This is Explain America. Please join us here each night and each day. Just like, comment, share, and subscribe. We love you guys. God bless you. Take care, everybody.